Some of my friends tell me lumpia and pansi. How about this? Chismosa. When I say American, what do you think of?
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken? No, that's South. That's Southern. We think of American, we think of leader. We think of successful. We think of educated. You want to be successful in business in the United States? You need to be an American. Because there's only one country in this world that produces leaders and will continue to produce leaders. It's the United States of America, where we're proud to be residents of. Remember that, because China will always be known as manufacturers. Japan will always be known as humble. The Jewish will always be known as cheap. Think about that, my friends. Think about it. The Jehovah's Witnesses will always be known as door knockers. But there's only one culture in this world, and it's the Americans, that provide us business leadership. There's a reason why English is spoken throughout the world. Because the United States will always be the beginning and the center of this universe. That's a pretty bold statement for a guy for me to say. But you know what? I've traveled this world 8 times. Last night, I checked in at a Marriott. So, Mr. Sanchez, you know how many nights you've stayed this year in Marriott? 125 nights. I've seen this world, and this world's been mean to me. But don't get me wrong, our Filipino heritage is extremely important to us. Matter of fact, our lives are guided by what I'll call the 4 F's. The 4 F's being family, friends, faith, and food. Yeah, we understand family and friends. They always got to come first. Well, friends aren't family and friends aren't numbers, are they? There's something subjective. There's something we have to show love and compassion, understanding. Faith. Well, nowadays it's not right to talk about God, but you know what? Screw you. Screw this world. God gives us a higher purpose. God gives us morals and ethics above anything or anyone in this world. I have a strong faith in God. I was a minister for 10 years. You wouldn't believe that, but I was. What I realized was what Para said, I'm a good-for-nothing slave. There's a saying in the Bible that says, it's easier for the camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. We're all very rich here. We have to work a lot harder. You know, those 4 F's are critical to me as a father, a husband, a brother, a son, a friend, and a cousin. But you know what? That's about heart and soul. We'll forever be Filipino. Don't ever forget that. Don't be ashamed of that. Our kids seem to be ashamed of that. Why? Because we as parents make them ashamed. Grow up, parents. Grow up. Our kids are Filipino because when they walk in a room, they're brown. You call them, they come over. Every day you make them balon. What's up with that? But you see, when we talk about life as an American Filipino, we have to hire the best to succeed. Our relatives might not be the best, and I bet you 99% of the time they're not the best. Business is not about favors. Business is about making money and being successful and responding to your investors. Hire the best. That's what you need. And if you do hire family and friends, they better be without a doubt the best qualified people out there and exceed anyone else's capabilities. You know, I'm an advisor to the government and board member of all these crazy things. I am accountable. I'm accountable for my decisions, and those decisions are for the greater good. It's not to put more money in my pocket or to get a favorite meal or someone to hand me something or get any platitudes. It's for the greater good. That's what American business is. It's for the greater good. We have to practice American business principles. And there are no favors. There's corporate law, there's governance, you name it. But you know, when I came back before, I told you our faith is critical. Without a conscience, we're useless at business. Because you guys know, Filipino business in the Philippines is about as corrupt as it can get. You understand that? If you say you're a Filipino businessman, the world expects you to take a 40% bribe. That's written in law. Don't ever call yourself a Filipino businessman. You're an American businessman with a Filipino heritage. That's what we are to succeed. Be proud of that too. You know, I talk about food. Well, I measure it differently. The food of a business is three things. It's intelligence, it's competence, and it's hard work. There's no F's in that one, guys. To succeed in business, you gotta get the intelligence. You gotta have competent people, and you gotta work hard. You know, my therapist was the one that shared that with me. Yeah, I see a therapist, you know. I also take, hold on a sec. I take antidepressants, high blood pressure pills, cholesterol. I have gout. Like 99% of us guys out there. But as an American Filipino, our success, again, depends upon surrounding ourselves with intelligent, competent, and hardworking people. And you know where it starts? It starts by looking in the mirror. Every morning I wake up, I look in that mirror, and I thank God that I'm alive for another day. In 1997, I was diagnosed with leukemia and had 6 months to live. I'm glad I wake up every day. Today, I found out 4 weeks ago, it's come back. I'm glad I wake up every day. At the same time, I need to make sure and check myself to make sure if I'm being respectful, responsible, and resourceful as a businessman and a friend. That's what I leave you with, my friends. I'm Filipino American. I practice those 4 F's. But in my public life, I'm an American Filipino. And I'm proud of that. So I wish all of you a best of luck in living the 2 lives we all live, because we do have to live those 2 lives. Be successful, be prosperous, be global, and thank you for having me here in the OC.
When I invited Robert, I told him on Facebook, by the way, I told him, I will never consider any other speaker but you. And thank you so much for spending time and for that inspiring message. Robert, in appreciation of your contribution to FACCOC,